In this video, I want to share my top apps for live streaming. Starting off strong, right on the top is number 1, MixEffect. MixEffect is a fantastic application for iPad and iPhone that controls a Blackmagic ATEM switcher. It can do everything that the ATEM software control app on the desktop does, and actually quite a lot more. A couple of my favorite features that it can do beyond what the desktop app can do is it has a visual editor for creating supersource layouts, and it can actually animate between the different supersource layouts in the app. It also has a fantastic video follows audio feature, which is a way for you actually to have it auto switch camera angles based on which volumes is louder in which of the sources. This is a great way to do a video podcast. I've been using this for all of the House Files podcast episodes, so it actually automatically cuts between the two different close-up cameras and cuts to the wide angle camera. MixEffect is hands down the best way to control an ATEM from an iPad or iPhone. Another great application for an iPad is LiveApp Pro. This app actually has a bunch of different features. It is a video playback device where it can actually play back video clips over HDMI on an iPad that you can use in any video switcher, including an ATEM. It also has a telestrator feature where you can draw on top of your video and then key that out in an ATEM. It does have a deep integration with an ATEM switcher, so it can actually tell whether its input is on screen and do things like autoplay videos or automatically configure the keyers in the ATEM itself. Another feature they recently added to it, which I'm a big fan of, is actually a web source overlay. So you can use the iPad's browser to overlay a web page into your video switchers using an ATEM. This is a great way to do things like show comments on the screen or use any web-based graphics generators. Another great iPhone app is called Shoot Webcam. This is a great way to turn your phone into a webcam feed that you can use in a video switcher. This gives you clean HDMI out of the camera. The built-in camera app doesn't actually give you clean HDMI out, but Shoot will give you a clean video feed out of either HDMI, AirPlay, or NDI. The Shoot app goes one step beyond being just a simple webcam, and it actually has a bunch of really interesting features built in as well. I'm not going to go through all the features in this video, but do check out the link to make sure you know all the things this app can do. One of the other cool things it can do, for example, is it actually gives you a web browser that you can use to control the app. So if you did want to use an iPhone as a remote camera, you have that option as well. Now, moving on from the iOS world, I want to talk a little bit about eCamm. eCamm Live is a Mac-based video streaming solution. It's a complete video streaming switcher that you would use in place of something like an ATEM. But the reason that I like it is because it is actually a very easy way to bring in remote guests. There is a built-in remote guest feature where you can actually send people a link and then they show up in eCamm as another video source. It's a really easy way to do streams with remote guests. While we're talking about computer software, I do want to mention OBS. OBS is also a software-based switcher that you can use in place of something like an ATEM Mini. But the way I use it is actually in conjunction with an ATEM. One of the nice things about OBS is that it is free, but it also has a really great way to capture a web page that you can output as a video source. If you're using OBS to do your entire stream, then you can very quickly create graphics or use chat apps that result in a web page that you can put into your stream. But the way I actually use it is outputting a web page over a Decklink or Ultra Studio device. The Decklink or Ultra Studio is a Blackmagic device that will actually give you a key fill output. So that's the graphics as well as an alpha channel from a video source like either video playback with an alpha channel or in this case, OBS. This is how I'm able to actually show chat messages on my streams with very good detailed edges that are properly transparent at the edge. Speaking of chat, I do have to mention my live chat overlay Chrome extension. This is a very simple way to bring in chat messages from YouTube into your live streams. It actually has two different ways it can work. It's an extension you install in Chrome, and then when you open up a live chat window on YouTube, it reformats the window so that you could actually bring a capture of your computer screen into your stream over an ATEM Mini, for example, or even in a YoloBox. There's a button to get an overlay URL, which will actually give you a URL that you can add to OBS. And then you can actually output that over an Ultra Studio and get a proper key fill video source. Another great way to manage remote guests is using a free website called VDO.ninja. This is a free tool, and basically it lets you give guests a web link that they can use to join a live stream. You can then capture an isolated video feed of each guest in OBS or in anything else that can output or capture a browser window. I've used this to bring in remote guests, and for them, it's just as simple as clicking a link to join a stream, And on your side, you get a bunch of different controls about how that should work and different layouts you can create with them. If you are doing a live stream with an ATEM, this is a great way to bring in remote guests into your ATEM feed. And lastly, putting it all together, I want to mention H2R Gear. This is a tool that you can use to diagram out all your gear. You can add all your gear into this picture and then draw lines between them to show how things are connected. It's a great way to plan out building a studio or building a portable rig. And it's also a great way to just have documentation of your studio once it is all wired up. I've used this a ton over the years to create maps of all my studio gear so I know which things are connected where as I'm trying to plan things out. So that's it. Those are the top apps I recommend for live streaming. Links to all the apps are down below. Some are affiliate links, which is a great way to help support this channel at no additional cost to you. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.